All right. So what we are going to do now is I'm going to show you a to-do list that I built with Django. Your assignment already specified that you can build a to-do app without Django and you can connect to your database directly, insert your tables and all of that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there is really no need for us to go over that again, is there?
Yeah, I think we should maybe look into yours to see how you did it with Django.
Yeah, yeah, I'm talking about just normally with Postgres.
Okay, no, no, no.
There's not necessary.
For me, no.
Okay. All right. So let me start sharing my screen. So I've written the code already, so I don't want to go again to start from the scratch. So that's fine.
Oh, yes, it's okay. Just maybe just explain as far as you're explaining everything to us and every part.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the structure of the app. So I have the to-do projects. This is the parent folder. Okay. Then I have the app. Then this one. This is not a very good naming actually, but so I just called it to the app. So normal Django to contain my settings. So the first thing is to see how the connection to Postgres is generally. Okay, so you can see a name, a Postgres. This is my Postgres database. So I have PG admin open down here. Okay, so you can see. Let me close all of this. All right, so you can see I have about 7 databases here, and you can see this is the to-do list database itself. Okay, so I already have one item here. I think I've cleared the rest, but you can see that this is the table inside the tables. So you can see all the Django migrations and all of that. And this is the table that actually stores the information. I can come here and check and view the data. I have just one information here. Okay, so this is a connection. So this is how you connect to its Postgres on Django. It's actually in the documentation. You can copy this entire thing from Django this way. Only thing you just need to do is to pass in the correct name of the database you created, the user and the ports, the host, then whatever password you use in generating that. Is that clear? Do I need to explain this connection again?
I
Sorry,
understand the connection.
sorry, please. I want to like say some stuff.
Okay.
I mean, basically, I tried using Django for the to-do list, but I was getting like series of errors. So then I like checked because I couldn't like open my Django administration. I couldn't like go to the localhost when I created the first stuff. So when I checked for the meaning of the error I was getting, they said it is because of the version of Postgres I am using. The Postgres 2.9 is having issues with the
Progress
database
what?
2.9.
2.9.
Yes.
Why are you using 2.9?
I don't know. That is, it seems that is the latest Postgres.
2.9 2.9 cannot be the latest. Latest Postgres version I think is about, is it not 14.0?
So I don't e- I don't even know the version of the
Ah,
Postgres, but
2.9 K.
I don't know. Those are, so then I said I should change some stuff for my database.
It now Postgres 15 has been released. So
Mm,
I don't get your problem. Okay, so you said in connecting you could not go to your admin site.
yes, it was giving me database error.
Database error. You tried connecting with Postgres.
Yes, they said the issue is with the
Oh,
Postgres. That
oh,
if you go down a little bit now, I'll show you where they said I should disable. Go down if you can go down a little bit on your screen.
okay.
So they said I should this place here. That use underscore tz is equals to true. And I said I should change
Okay.
it to false. So it was then I changed it to false. That's when my Postgres admin was now showing, but it was not showing complete. The templates were not showing.
Postgres admin.
Django admin, sorry.
Okay, Django admin. Well, I've not had that issue before. So, how did you pass in the name, the user, the port,
Yeah,
and the local host? Abi,
I did all this one. But when
oh,
I the this thing after the engine, I used django.db.backend.postgres SQL. I didn't add encyclopedia to it.
okay. So, I don't know, but this is how it is in the documentation. If you go to, let me copy all of this. Uh, okay, go to all of this, and okay. So, you can see how to connect to Postgres.
Yeah,
Postgres. Okay.
yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
add to it
Okay,
too.
they didn't have any type of video too. That's fine. So this is how the connection should look like. Okay.
Yeah.
Then generally, to I know that to view your the stuffs in your database, you can always access it from PDadmin. Okay,
Mm,
from here you can always view whatever things you have here. So for the Django admin site itself, let me check the documentation. Django admin. Django admin site. Let me search. Django admin. Postgres. What's the platform? Okay. Okay. So did you add your tables to your admin site to your what's the name of this admin?
to the model.
Did you add it here?
Yes. I'm coming. Let me check. I
And
don't
did
know.
you
I'm already dropped it because I didn't like when it was.
oh, oh. And
Uh,
did you create a super user?
yes, I created a super user to access the admin.
Okay. Okay, so let's move on. So as we proceed.
Okay.
Okay, so while you find out, while you look for your whatever, so the next thing is the command to create a Django app. Okay, I think we have that already. Uh, a Django app. So Django admin does start app. Next thing I want to do is you want to come to these settings and add both of those apps here. Okay. Why I have a to-do list app here and users is because I wanted to have two separate apps. That one that will handle my users, and one that will handle my the to-do list functionalities and all of that. So this project is not complete. So normally I wanted the user to log in. I wanted to be able to control their profile. Okay, so if someone logs in, we have a profile page. You can upload a picture and all of that. So this project itself is not complete. But the to do app, I think most of the functionality I need has been implemented. Then the next thing is I came to my URLs. I'm going to show you. You can see that I have this include option, okay, that allows me to view to include my to do list app URLs, which is here. So if I come to my to do list app URLs, so you can see all of the URLs I have. Okay, so I have a URL to log in, to log out, to sign up. Then this is going to be an home page. So this is why I don't have anything in this quotation. So the first page that opens will be this page. So let me comment that for you. First page that loads in is this page. Okay, then I have other things to update, to delete, and to add a new task. Okay, so I don't think we're talking about the login and sign up functions, but it's not anything difficult actually. So coming to our views, I used class-based views. So it's going to be a problem. Okay. So for a simple, let's come here now to list. There's nothing difficult about this actually. So if I was going to create, let me just comment this out. Okay, let me just write. So define a task list. Okay, with normal function views. Okay, um, to be something like this. To this, I will have something called tax. Okay, will be equal to my tax model. The tax model. Let objects the all. So the class-based views, this tax list view is actually built with it's inbuilt with Django, and it has different methods. So this list view and this login required mixing. So basically, what I'm saying is, for somebody to be able to access this page, okay, the person has to be logged in. You understand? So this login required mixing is going to check when you load the page. If a user is not logged in, you will not be able to go to this page. So what happens is once you navigate to this page, it automatically takes you to a login site, okay, or a sign up depending on what you do. Um, Let me run the app. Let me run this. Let me return so that I can. Where's that password? Let me see. Okay. So so let's see. Coming. Wait. Back on. Let me run this on. Should not be running here. But can I have something else running on 8,000? So let me quickly shut that down. Give me a moment. Um, no, so far no good. There is no question. Okay? It's setting up the Django app itself.
I did not have problem with that one.
Okay. Okay. So let me shut these guys down. Stop. Stop. Okay. Okay. So I should be able to run. You know. Okay. So let me copy this. Let me open it in a little tab. All right. So you can see that immediately I try to access the home page, it takes me to login. Okay. So meaning that, so that's what I meant by what this login mixing required is doing. So let me see if I can remove this and I won't get an error. Okay, and if I reload, let me see what happens. It's still going to the login page. Okay, so anonymous user is not terrible. So the way I think I've set this up to make use of a login. So let me just return this back. Okay, so it's probably be in my templates. So in my template tax list. Okay, so this is why. So you can see that you can see there's something like request dot user dot username and all of that. So if request dot user is authenticated, all of this, blah 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 blah. So it's not going to allow me to view that page unless I edit all of this again, and I don't want to do that now. Okay, so if I go back to my view, let me just add this back. If I add this back, so it will work fine. So let's sign up. So in signing up, I can just let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. Email.com. Set the password to something simple. Should allow me to use that password now. Okay. Okay. So let me try and log in. Let me see if that worked fine. Should, I don't think it worked. I don't think that sign up worked. The sign up function worked. So let me use something else. Um, just okay. So okay. Okay. All right. Something is up with this. Okay. So I have an account already. Let me see if I have an account that is working already. Doubt it. Okay. I have one that is working already. So the something's wrong with the sign up function. I'll try and fix that later. But we have this opening. So because I have a new user, so I can create a new task. I come here and see teacher Python. So today is a review session. Try to submit this. Okay, so you can see this has been added down here. I can add another one. Work on sign up function. Sign up. Okay. Okay. Sign up. Submitting form. I can do all of that. And so on and so on. So that's that. So basically, now the idea behind the login mixing is that I don't want a user, okay, to be able to this list view. Is what I mean. To be able to view. Um, so this is basically how those apps work. When you log into the site, they have a login required mixing that allows it that you can only view your own tasks. So let's assume I have multiple users on this application. Okay, it will automatically act as a filter to help me know that okay, view only the my own function. So basically, what is here is basically I'm calling my model tags, and the same way we do uh, something like objects or all, it will be something like this tags equal to this tags model dot objects dot all. Sorry, tags dot objects dot all. Okay, right? This is going to get all the items in our tax model. Okay, if I go to my tax model, you can see title, description, date created. is automatically filled for me. I don't need to do that. The author and whether it is completed or not. Okay. So this is basically the same thing as doing this like you would do in a normal function-based view. So function-based view is what this looks like, which is probably what we are more familiar with, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the same way you would come here to do what's the name? That's the objects or all. The class-based views basically handles most of those problems for us already. So once you pass in the model name, you pass it a template name, then the context of object name is, if you remember, when we want to pass this into a template, let me open so that we can do a compare and a contrast. Let me open a file that we used, the Django app that we used during our own lesson. Um, so that's Django app 26 stuff. Okay, so should be this one. So when we came here, sorry, where's the view? Okay, websites. Okay, okay. Yes, and okay, yeah. If you remember that when in our one lesson we had something like post equal to blog.objects.org, right? That allowed us to be able to view all our blog posts. Do you remember? You
Yes.
Then the next thing we did was we passed them this post and we created a dictionary and we gave it a primary key which is post and we gave it this value if you remember. And when we came to our templates, we came back to the home.html and sorry, when we were going to view, we used the primary key which is post, okay, in post to access those values, right? Or the key of our value here. So the key where is that view? The key here was post, okay. So when we came to our home.html, we used that key to iterate every item in our list, right? Now it's the same idea that we're using here. So basically, we are passing. Where's that? Context will be taxed and to act as a primary key or as a key for the value. Okay, so this will act as our key. So tax, there may be probably be something like this. Context, okay, so something like this context is equal to tax. Okay, tax. Then the value will be something like the tax. Okay, up to the tax, which is what we have here. Do you understand? Hello?
We are converting it from the function based to the class based.
Yes, so
And
I'm just
this,
trying, yeah, I'm giving the exact the idea of how the functionality looks like if you are going to do it in a class based in a function based view. Okay, so it's almost the same thing. It's just that the class based view already handles this most of these things for us because for a list view is always when you want to list out something, all of them the function usually looks the same. So rather than writing the function over again, you can always use the class and do all of that. Okay, it's basically the same thing with what we did here. Right. So it just need to pass in the model we are using, the context. So this can be our content or whatever you want to call it. And if we come to the template I used for this to do this app, where is it? The tax list. You can see that for tax in tax. Can you see that? We
okay.
can, yeah, you can view just the same way we did for our home HTML. Do you get?
Yes.
Okay. So essentially, we are still doing the same thing, okay? But the class-based views already gives us a template we can easily follow. All right. So what I did there was to filter by user. Okay. So to filter each page by user, so that A user is what we use to filter out all the whosoever the person is. So what we can basically do is context switch the
Am I still connected? Yeah, Eteldo. Ekari.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, I think his
Oh, it
internet
wasn't.
froze or something. Yeah, it's from his
Oh,
side.
okay. I was confused that, eh?
Well, it's either his lap. Okay, maybe network or maybe his laptop or something powered out.
Yeah. Somebody has gone. Oh, it is in. It's
Yes,
back.
Hello, are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
yes.
Okay, I thought you guys were not able to hear me again.
And yes, you went off for a moment there.
Really, I was actually hearing what you guys were saying. So I kept on saying hello, that you guys can't hear me. Okay, so it's fine. So basically, but what's going on here is now that we are able to just like the way we did here, where is that? We have been able to view to create a little script that will allow us to view all of the tags. Okay, but now it doesn't make sense that if you have user, me as a user, I can see the tags of another person, right? So what we want to do is we want to be able to filter it such that we'll filter it by user. You get? So each user will be able to see only his own stuff. Do you understand? So that's the essence of this question. We have of this line 50, context equals to content of stacks, which is the value that we are looking at, just filter. Okay, so we want to filter by the author. So if you come back to our models, we can see that the author is a foreign key, which is going to inherit from a user class. Yeah, don't worry too much about this. But we are basically using a user to filter everything that is going on here. Okay, while this other one is if I want to count the amount of tasks that we have completed and all of that, so we can count. So filter by complete, whether it is false since it's a Boolean field. So we have a Boolean field, so it takes in default equal to false. So is it that false or is it that true? So we set the default at false. So while it is false, we want to count. Okay, so once we come back, let me come back here. So you can see, can you see that? Hello, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can still hear you. But
Okay,
you
so
said, can you see that? Can you see what?
I'm talking about this line 51, count dot
Oh, okay, okay.
filter dot complete. So we want to count how many tags the person has incomplete. So we are going to filter by the complete, and the default value is actually false. So we are going to count. That's why you are saying you have two incomplete tags here.
Oh,
So it is counting how many tags you don't have completed. Okay.
okay.
If I come here and I click on this value complete, so it is now true. So obviously this has
Huh?
not been fixed. It's going to try an error, so it has not been fixed. Like I said, I have not completed the project. So
Oh, okay.
basically, it is saying that it does not have any URL to direct to. So you can see that it has cancelled now.
Oh,
Actually, what I should have done is um, what I should have done is I should have attached a redirect link. Okay, let me show you what the error was actually, so that you would see it, so that you understand what I'm saying. So once I submit, it's telling me that no URL to redirect to. Either provide a URL or define a get absolute URL model in the method. Okay. So immediately I clicked on the submit button. Normally I should tell Python where the next page to go to. Do you understand?
yes.
So I didn't do that. In our, I think in our app, we add something like that. Um, in our assignments, where is it views? We have something like that in our form. You can see this return dot redirect to home page. Can you see it?
Yes.
So what it does then is, remember that once we submit our form, it immediately takes us back to the home page.
Oh,
You get? So, but
yeah.
I don't have that in my own form. Okay. So because I don't have that, it is showing me an error and it's telling me that I should give it somewhere to go to once I'm done. Okay, so I think there's a redirect field name. Uh, um, I'm coming. When I check the class-based views, let me see if I can fix that now. Redirect Django class. I will redirect class-based views. So based on class-based views. So we have come down. Okay, I want to redirect. Okay, redirect. Okay. I don't want to redirect it directly. I don't want to have somewhere to go to immediately. I mean, let me just check Slack overflow. Mm, okay, so if I post and use the PY, okay. Um, I want to do something. Yeah. So I should be able to add it directly here. So I can take the final post and post self self that see what I get. So let me see return redirect. Uh, what's the name of that our list app? Tax list. Okay, so I should say tax. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. I doubt if that's going to work. Okay, just taking a personal argument. So let me see. Um, okay, so it is expecting some argument. Um, okay, affects click three. Okay, so let me add this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Should be able to do and then okay. So hopefully it works now. Okay, so it's not working. I need to be able to fix this. Uh, do we have? Let me just quickly go ahead. So I need to be able to set somewhere for it to go to after after I'm done. Okay, okay. Okay, I think I found a problem. What to do? Oh, okay. This is what I need to add to my code. Okay, I already add TSF. Coming. So let's see. Should work now. Should work now. Okay. Yeah, so it is working now. So the class-based view had something called a reverse lazy. I actually didn't see that I had it here already. Reverse.lazy. So it will take me back to the home page. So let me just show you that so that you see that it is working. Let me create a new task. Let me see. Okay, fix properly redirect function. So I can see fix the redirect code, and so let me add it here. So let me come here. Let me mark this as complete. Okay, and once I submit, you can see that it's working finally now without throwing any form of error. Okay. So the class-based view handles a whole lot of things for me. So going on, we can also have a set input if we get request. That's not really what I want to show us today, but it's actually very simple to implement this. All of this is in the documentation. So this is basically how you would do it with a class-based view. Then to have a create view is basically like creating your own form. Okay, so if I come, let me come here and let me check for my forms. So the same way we have our forms in the class we did. So you have a model user, field one, field two, field three, field four, field five, and all of that. This is for a sign up form. But for the class based view, I don't think we need to create a form, okay? Because immediately we are saying create, basically, and we pass in the model, it is going to do this for us by itself. If you remember in our class, we had to create our form from the scratch, okay? But with our class-based views, it's going to handle all of that. So once you pass in the model and we give it this create view, so okay, I forgot to show you something that all of these views were imported from Django. So you have the Django views, the generic, but list view, create view, the detail view, delete, and the update. So immediately I call this create view. Okay, Django knows that I want to create a form, right? I just have to pass in the model, the template I'll be using to view that form, the success. So once the person creates a new form, I want to be able to take the person back to the home page. Then the fields that I want available for that person is the title and the description. Okay, so I don't want the person to be able to click on if it is complete. There is no need for a user to be passed in because this login required is already there to tell the person that that means that only a user will be able to do this. Someone that is logged in will be able to do this, or someone that signed up will be able to do that. Then we can check if the form is valid. So basically, this tells Django that the author of this form is the current user. Okay, and we just check if the form is valid. So return super if the form is valid, then pass in the form in there. So we can come to our templates and from here you can see the add tags, and we can see basically if the request does user is authenticated. So if the person is logged in, I want to click on this form and we want the person to submit something, create a new card and all of that. Okay, so I think this is the basic functionality you need for your own project. Okay, then to delete the class-based views makes life a lot easier for us actually. So, but you just need to understand what's going on. So to delete, you just need to pass in the model, okay, the tags, and to take you back to the home page and the templates. Okay, so once you're also going to fill the form, let me come here to the delete HTML. You basically are going to fill a form. Okay, are you sure you want to delete this tags and all of that? It's going to work for you. So if I come here, let me see. So are you sure you want to delete this tags with direct function? And you can see it's no longer there. So is there a question? Should I have questions?
My question does not necessarily have to do with Django itself. Although I feel like I should have googled it, but I tried using Bootstrap for my to-do list notes, and it seems to not work. I'm not sure, but I didn't dwell on it because of time constraint. But I
Okay.
noticed you used on yours.
This
But
app
what?
I didn't use Bootstrap on this actually.
Uh,
So I wrote the HTML and the CSS for this. Where is it?
oh,
Is it? Uh, I think it's Bootstrap. Let me check. Let me check my base HTML. No, it's not Bootstrap. I use the HTML projects actually, so you can see the
Mm.
font and all of this. But with Bootstrap, it's actually simple. For you to use Bootstrap, you need to go to Bootstrap itself. Let me come here. Bootstrap, Bootstrap 5. It's something you need to copy into your code. Okay, so you need to copy this stuff. Can you see the CSS?
Oh,
So
okay.
you need to copy the CSS. Once you copy that CSS,
Oh,
you copy this entire thing. So you can see the copy function, and
yeah.
you will just add it to this. See this link the style sheet. So this link the style sheet. So actually, I copied this. So these fonts, the fonts I'm using, I got it from. If I come here and I click on this guy now, uh, fonts. I think I'm gonna say fonts. This static. Um, you can see their site, WordPress, and all of that. So I can. So they have different kind of fonts that I can use. Okay. Coming. It's not fonts and this actually. Okay, Google Fonts. So you can actually come to Google Fonts. Google has their fonts that you can use. Okay, so you can copy. You can get the style. Okay. Somewhere I usually come to copy this thing. Google Fonts. Google Fonts. Okay. Um, some way you can copy it actually. I'm trying to remember. So you copy the form, the name of that font from Google Font. There's actually a URL. I'm trying to see if I can get it. Um, okay, let me see my code. Yeah, I didn't use any Google Font. Yeah, font maybe. Okay, let me check out. It's been a while. So how to use Google Fonts? Let me see Google Fonts. Okay. I think it's a CDN. Transfer Google. So I should same site. Okay, I think this is it. So I think you have fonts.google and you just pass in these names. So or you can just download it in, but you can pass in the URL. You'll be able to pass in this URL into your code and be able to have it inside your and implement it in your styles. So these are the
Oh,
names. Yeah. There is one that is quite popular. This Open Sans is very popular. Montserrat and all of that. So you can always copy it and add it into your CSS code or whatsoever. But for Bootstrap, you need to once you copy this into Bootstrap. If you don't do this into Bootstrap, it won't work. You can copy this. You can also copy the JavaScript and all of that. So if you copy this code, for instance, and you don't add that copy this CSS line, it won't work. So this is a starter template that they've showed us. So you can see Bootstrap CSS, that code I said you have to copy into your code,
yeah.
and the JavaScript and all your code in between whatsoever. Okay. Then from
Oh,
there you can now start adding whatever you need to add into your Django app.
okay. Thank you.
Right.
So
So
I want to just ask one question. Like for this your base.html, can you have a CSS and then do extend CSS file and
well,
then do
yes, it definitely does that. So basically, what happens is, if you look at my base HTML, okay,
mm,
you can see all the styles are there, everything.
okay, have CSS also into
So it doesn't actually matter. So what you are going to do is, if you notice CSS, you call your classes. You can see that this tax complete icon, they are all classes.
yes, yes.
So if you let me see, where's the code set? There's the HTML itself. Okay, based on HTML. Okay, there's really not much of HTML itself. This is just the CSS itself as the container. When you now come to this tags list, okay, let me start looking for the classes. I see the header bar, tax items, tax wrapper, tax dot complete, this tax complete icon. So all of them is here already inside our base.html. Now, if you were creating a separate CSS file,
Mm.
you understand? Now you will
Yes.
still have all of this. What you would have to do is to come to your code, something like this. You would have something like this here. Percentage sign. You have something like load static. Okay,
Okay.
you have something like load static. I think I have another project that shows this. You have something like load static. Then there would be a link. Okay, you understand?
Oh,
And it will
okay.
be something like this. So you have a percentage sign. It will have something like static. Okay. Then you will now have something like maybe static dot css. Okay.
Okay.
And so let me
No
show
problem.
you. Okay, I have a project that does that. I almost see Django. Okay, I think it's this guy. Okay, I know. So if I show you this app, my brother, it's this one. Okay. So you can see I have a folder called static. Can you see it?
Oh,
And I have
yes.
a template. Okay. So you can see the home.html. There is no static file here. But if you notice that I have something called load static here.
Mm.
Okay. Then
Yes.
I told you to link to this place. So static then style.css. Do you
Okay.
understand? So the other thing you would have to do is to go to your settings. Um, there's a settings here. It's not anything difficult. So in your settings, there's this static URL. You have static. This one is usually there. What you have to do is just to have this argument. It's actually in the documentation. So static files directory. You have it as a list. That I want to join that part from the base directory, and I want you to check for a static file in blog/static. So if you see this blog folder, then I want you to come to this static file. Do you understand? So
Yes.
I can have as many parts here. I can also do os.part.join. Let's say I have another static file somewhere. You get I have another static file somewhere. Let's say I have it in maybe migrations. Maybe I made a mistake and I kept it here. I can have a static. You get so I can keep adding as much as possible as a list. You get that will tell Python where to search for my static file. So what will now happen is once I come to this home.html, the only thing that will be different would be is this the no? This is not the page. The only thing that will be different, okay. The only thing that will be different would be this one. Would just be rather than static something like style the CSS, it will be whatever name I give it. Hope you understand.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So that's the general idea. Then for the functionality with Django, the best way to handle all of this is actually to practice. So for instance, in this other app, I didn't use class-based views. So I think it might help. So if you notice, this is all I'm having here. I've not done any big deal. Objects, models, the all, and all of that. So if I run this app, let me stop this time. Stop this time. Yeah? I run this one. Um, okay. I run this one. Yeah, it's even better. The Python, it's still working. I run this one. It is all about. I've not done anything with this. So it's not functioning. But just the view. You have an idea of. Okay, I need to clear my cache for this to work. So all I can let me just refresh this one. So once I come to slash lol, right. So basically, this is how this one looks like. Okay, there's no big deal here. Okay, and so I've not done all the other functionalities that the other one has and all. So I have a login, sign up, and all of that, and all of that. Like, do you have any question?
No, no.
Okay, so you can try it out in your own leisure time. Try out Django. Okay, something is actually nice, and there are a lot of resources. So you can follow through with that material I showed you, and you can build your full project.
That's the Kuroshifa material. So,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Okay. So if there are no questions, I think we can call it a day. So I would assess your test. I should have actually started doing that, but I will assess your test. Then hopefully your assignments are completed. Are they completed?
No, on my side, I haven't done the Django because I don't even know much about it. So I haven't done
Uh,
it at all.
you need to finish that today
I
at
I've
most.
been trying, I'm just getting errors. I don't even understand. I don't even know. Like I have to like go deep very I have to like go through the Django tutorials very well to understand. Like I'm
But sadly, for your okay, well, try and hurry up or try and reach out to your friends or to anybody. I think they have completed their Django app, so they can assist you. Okay, and if worst comes to worst, you can reach out to me, or you can send a screenshot of the error you are having, or the errors you have been having. Then probably figure out what is going on. Okay. Aside from that, anything else? So if you submitted Google Drive links, make sure your links are viewable. Okay. That is, anybody with the link can actually view what is inside, so that I don't have to start requesting for permission and all again. So if you haven't done that or you forgot, you can quickly do that now. Okay. So any other thing we need to talk about? So the absence of that, I think we can call it
sorry.
again.
Okay,
Okay.
like when are we going to meet again?
This is the final lesson actually.
So the next information will be on the Slack channel.
Okay, so what happens is if you finish and you are promoted, you move on to the next class, which is the Python intermediate class. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So that's why I said you have to submit your assignments or complete your assignments. If your assignments are not completed, the management will probably make you do this class again.
Okay.
Yeah. So you need to move on. At least we have all the basics. You actually enjoy the next session. The teacher there is my senior. I think he has been here before once. My senior, and he teaches very well, like very well. So you would actually enjoy the class.
Okay.
Any other question?
No, no.
Okay, so we can call it a day. So thank you guys. Um,
All right.
I enjoyed my time with you guys over how many weeks now? 3, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Same,
Thank you.
same here.
Yeah. So I look forward to
Thank
your time.
you.
Yeah, no problem. We'll see. Take care. So.
Mm.